Okay, so we have already gone over having our long-term 10 to 20 year vision. We have talked about breaking that down into a couple, three-ish goals to reach that long-term vision, and then breaking each of those into smaller goals and each of those smaller goals down into really tiny action steps. And then we also talked about getting into the feeling of already having reached those goals right now and continuing to get back into those feelings. That is literally all that you need in order to reach your goal. So life throws us twists and turns. We all know that. We all have been through these really horrible, terrible times in our lives. And as you already know, that happens for some time, and then we get back into life, right? So life is 50% really crappy stuff, 50% crappy feelings, times, and 50% really good, amazing, fun stuff where we're feeling like everything's flowing. There's, of course, the little mundane day-to-day stuff in the middle. But if you expect that we're going to go through these really bad times and you expect that we're going to have these really good times as well, it makes everything just kind of balance out and flow a little better. So you're not beating yourself up for going through this bad time where you feel stuck or you don't have time or your mind is occupied with this other big thing or these other big things that are going on. During that, you give yourself a break. You don't push forward. You don't try to hustle your way out of it. You don't beat yourself up for not working towards your goal. You know that's going to happen. So just plan that into your goal plan, right? Give yourself a break for those times. Do what you can if anything. All that you can do during those hard times is bring yourself back into the feeling that you chose for your mind map, that's fine. Don't push yourself to take action if it just feels like too much. And then on the other flip side of it, where we're feeling really good, that's when you can do the action part of it. Have all of that built in, knowing that shit's going to happen and we'll get out of it at some point, right? And then if you feel like you're just totally stuck or you have a really hard time sticking with your goals or you just have an extremely hard time envisioning what your ultimate goal is, you don't know how to break it down, you just want somebody to go through the process with and point out what thinking you have that's keeping you stuck, then please call me. Call me because I know exactly how to help you move forward and to help you achieve those goals. So this is what I do in my coaching. We get that vision really clear. You know exactly what you're working toward. And first, sometimes we need to clear out all of the stuff that is that's making you feel like you can't take action towards your goals. And so for me, when I started with my coach, a couple months ago, I was like, I feel panic whenever I think about writing a post for my business. And so all that we did was cut back on the post that that I had planned on putting out. And all that I focused on was just getting myself into the feeling of, I don't have to do anything if I don't feel like it. And that was the most amazing thing for me because I didn't have the pressure behind it anymore. I didn't have this feeling where I have to do it. And so then once I was like set, I filled my cup full of this irresponsibility or whatever it is that I felt like that was. I got this out of the way where I no longer had to push myself forward. And then the ideas just started flowing. So we might have to cut back. We might have to completely change what it is that you're doing right now in order to get you out of that funk that you're stuck in. before we can start planning on whatever the goal or goals are that you want to work on. So by the end of our 6 months working together, my clients and I have a very specific goal or two goals that they are working toward. And we set their action plan. We troubleshoot along the way because, as we talked about, as I said already, things obviously come up. And I think that the best thing about having a coach, from my personal experience, is that I know I'm going to report back to this person every single week, and I can talk to her between calls when I'm feeling stuck or when I'm feeling really crappy, like this thing that I said I was going to do is not happening. And then what she does is she helps me just get out of that mindset, or tells me, you know what, it's okay, give it a break for now. Or she pretty much gives me permission to make this process exactly how I want it, and to help me tap into my intuition and tap into doing this in a way that really works for me. And that is exactly what I also do for my clients. So by the end of our time working together, you will have either achieved a goal or two, or you'll have a really good start on getting to it. Depends on how big your goal is. And you have someone to go through the process with along the way. And that is everything. That's huge. So if you're interested in booking a call or a consult with me just to talk about what the options are, what your vision is for the future, and what's keeping you stuck right now, then please feel free to reach out. We can schedule that for whatever time frame works for you. We can do it today. We can do it next week. But I highly recommend doing it right now. Schedule it right now before you can talk yourself out of it. That's what I had to do. I had to rip off the Band-Aid and say, you know what? She's going to help me talk through what my fears are in hiring her, and help me make the best decision for me. And that's exactly what I do for you too. So reach out to me, DM me, or message me on Facebook. If you have my number, you can text me or call me, and we will get this started, you guys. Much luck on this process for you. It is life-changing when you are able to get into this flow and process. And once you realize that you are way more capable of getting what you want in life than your brain wants you to believe. Your brain wants to keep you here where you know you're safe, but this process helps you move forward and out of that. And I wish you so much luck with it. Bye, you guys.